Hi guys, it's Peter. So today I will play special analytical session for you. So I will do not use any numbers pattern. I will just generate the numbers. I will enter them to my VRSEDGE app and we will together analyze what might be the possible idea for a roulette system, how you can understand what is, let's say, analyzed and evaluated in my VRSEDGE app and how you can benefit from that. So I will generate, let's say, minimum 30 numbers from live casino. I am now entering them, so you can see that I'm entering the numbers immediately, whereas VRSEDGE is evaluating what's going on a table, and then we can immediately think what might be the idea on which numbers we could bet and play. So you can see here that I entered custom numbers, so it's number 2, 8, 28, 12. I just, let's say, selected these numbers. I know then they're also relatively good playing together like numbers pattern, but I just want to show you then how these, let's say, 4 numbers are also evaluated with VRSEDGE app, and we can maybe consider betting if there is something positive or interesting for us. Currently you can see if I enter number 14, then our non-hit for our 4 numbers pattern is 16. Didn't hit. Then also calculating some averages and also standard deviation currently. So we can see then we already expect, then we just look now 28 came, so you might recognize in standard deviation 1 was saying then there is a chance then our 4 numbers should at least once come, and then this actually happened relatively fast. So this is one of the idea how you can evaluate the current table and current numbers with VRSEDGE app. So standard deviation 1 is saying then in this range we could see here there was a 1 to 3, so in this range 1 time hit or even 3 times hit, 68% probability, there is 68% probability then our 4 numbers could hit at least once or even 3 times based on this first standard deviation. And this is the idea behind that, and this is really quite interesting indicator what you can also use for your ideas about the systems, how to evaluate the outcomes. So you can see we are currently let's say generated 25 numbers and already some interesting analytics are coming. I'd say minimum is really 30-50 numbers to generate and enter, then you can see some trends and use the VRSEDGE app for analyzing the table. So 32, 33. So as you can see, what is green is higher than ever. The VRS ratio is higher than average. So if you can see here, average VRS ratio is 0.3, and whatever is higher than 0.3 is green. So it's potentially again might be interesting for betting. This is the idea. Yeah, but it's good. Then you can combine, let's say, 4 numbers with the highest VRS ratio and then bet on these 4, again several levels with some spins, with also progression, and then evaluate whether this idea also has an edge or advantage or it's really interesting or not. So if you would ask me now, I now generated 33 numbers, what might be idea for betting? So if I'm just checking now, maybe now I stop, let's say I stop generating numbers, so then we can a little bit think. Look, 34 numbers I just generated. You can see here total spins, and currently I think a little bit too early to think about this VRS ratio. I think minimum 50 or 60 spins would be good to see, because many numbers didn't, let's say, appear at all. Some numbers relatively quite often, but some currently still didn't hit. That's quite normal. We just, let's say, generated 34 spins. That's fine. And if I now consider my custom numbers, I just created this pattern for you, just let's say random pattern, but I think these numbers also play quite good together. So if I see now the standard deviation is 1, 2, 3. So again, standard deviation 1, saying then there is a 68% chance then our pattern, these 4 numbers, might come once or 3 times in current, let's say, situation. We know then the non-hit for our 4 numbers is 15 spins. So I might consider betting on these 4 numbers maybe right now or within 4 or 5 spins based on my first standard deviation. So if the second standard deviation would have already with a not 0 here but 1, then it is even stronger signal for you. Then you should consider betting on these 4 numbers based on second standard deviation if there is no 0 but 1. So let's generate again some numbers and see whether we would be successful betting on our 4 numbers. So we said we would start betting right now, and we are betting on 2, 8, 28 and 12, our custom numbers, and let's see whether standard deviation might be a help for us. First standard deviation might be help for us when we should start betting on our numbers. So currently not hitting, but as I said, if we see here in the standard deviation 2 at least 1, not 0, there's also a good chance for us to consider start betting for our 4 numbers. This is one of the ideas how you can think and build your own system. I'm giving you all this information and knowledge and experience from myself, because exactly this way I evaluate the possible outcomes and spins which I just generated. I'm using this VRSEDGE App like a great help. I always know what's going on. I'm measuring here all numbers and ratios for all numbers, non-hit for all numbers, for custom numbers also measuring averages and standard deviation for special patterns as well. So, and if you see now and look to the history, I now stop generating numbers. What I was saying then we will start betting somewhere here based on our standard deviation 1, first standard deviation 1, and what happened, 8 came very soon after, let's say 4 spins. If I now enter the 8, which is the real number which just came, I enter the last generated numbers, you can see then currently non-hit is just 2 because 8 came, and then standard deviation is, say, 0. That's fine, and we would win. So again, this is a great idea to consider standard deviation. It's not always successful, but therefore we don't play a long progressions. We are, let's say, cutting our progressions to maybe 2, 3, 4 levels. It's up to you. You can decide how many spins will be per level and how aggressive progression you will play, but this is exactly the way how you can really, let's say, compete with the online roulette. So we are not playing long forever progressions which we cannot pay, are extremely expensive, but we are cutting our progression to several levels, waiting for our chance and signal when to play, and then start betting. And I think the standard deviation 1 and 2, they are the best. Standard deviation 3 also is great, but it's not so often happening because then we have to have really long non-hit series and sequence. So therefore this idea for, let's say, first and second standard deviation is quite good. So thank you for watching. I think it was quite a great session for you. Then you can understand more about VRSEDGE App functionalities and how I can approach the roulette systems and analyzing and ideas when to start betting. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.